in Guelph. Exceptionally crappy today. We have blowing snow, strong winds, and we've had off and on snowfall all day, so it's been a pretty crappy day, needless to say. However, I did brave that cold to go out and film a rail fanning video for you guys, so dedication is real, and I did go out and film some rail fanning for you, so that video is up on the channel right now. It's Via Rail 84, traveling eastbound, heading towards Guelph, doing the regular Via Rail 84 run. It's a daily service to Guelph, and it ends in Toronto. The route originates in Sarnia, and it ends in Toronto, so pretty cool. Today was a pretty cool catch because there was a lot of snow on the train, and it was kicking up quite a bit of snow, so I was happy to see that. Hey, Fire Photography, how you doing? How was your day at school today? Or did you have it off? But anyway, we're here on Flight Radar, and just kind of looking at the planes, seeing what we have. I'll look at the most tracked plane. Curious what it is today. It is a Challenger 604 going into Israel, it looks like, from Cyprus. I don't know why that's the most tracked airplane. Maybe there's something going on in Israeli airspace. Good. Had an exam, so short day. Oh, that's nice. I remember when we had exams, our days were short. Like, I was only in school for like an hour. It would only take me an hour to do the exam. You could stay all day if you needed like time to do the exam, but I usually was done by like an hour, so. My exams were easy, though. They were open book. What exams did you have, if you don't mind me asking? But yeah, I'm pretty good. No complaints. It's a cold day in Guelph, but I did go out and do some rail fanning, so I did get Via Rail 84 coming into Guelph, so I was happy about that. I don't know what's going on in Israel, why planes there are the most tracked. Maybe there's a... Look at all the planes. They're all Tel Aviv, Israel. So I don't know what's going on in Israel. Maybe there's an attack or something going on. I mean, the airspace isn't closed over the Middle East, so I have no idea. Always a very volatile neighborhood. That's one thing about living in Canada. You know, we don't have this kind of volatility. You know, we're pretty stable overall. You know, as shitty as the government is, at least we're pretty stable. You know. So, oh, there's a Turkey Air Force, an Airbus A400. Interesting plane. Unfortunately, Canada doesn't have any of these Airbus A400s. I think they're pretty cool myself, and they're really fast. They're actually one of the fastest military propeller transports on the they're known for their speed and high altitude. Like this one's going 678 kilometers an hour, up to 682 now, and cruising at 31,000 feet. So their performance is pretty impressive. I do like these A400s. Fortunately, Canada doesn't have them, though. We have the Hercs and we have the Globemasters, which are still pretty cool planes, don't get me wrong, but I do have a special place for the A400. But yeah, well, I'd be curious to know what course were you doing your exam on today, Fire Photography? I'd be curious to know. Over the Atlantic Ocean, some planes. There's an Atlas Air 747. Oh, Civics. Oh, interesting. We were just talking a little bit about politics. I was always good in civics. I like civics, but I feel like a lot of the, at least in my, a lot of the civics education was like kind of a little bit too political. Like it was, instead of like just giving us the education, there was kind of like a political message involved in it. So I didn't really like civics in that sense, but I was good in civics, and I did pretty well in it. But like I feel like the teachers kind of like try to spread a political message, so. Anyway, that's my opinion. At least in my school board, the teachers were very political. They always talked about climate change and all this fucking left-wing talking points, which I'm not going to get into because I know I'm not a political guy, but not on YouTube at least. In person, I'm very political, but I'm not going to get political on YouTube. They're very, the way they teach it, I don't like. It's kind of more like they're trying to advocate a message rather than teach you the course. I don't know if you've had that experience, Fire Photography, but that's kind of what I experienced in civics, but I did good in it. I was able to do all the assignments and exams, and I did pretty well. A Canadian Air Force Challenger jet returning from Iceland. Huh, interesting. I wonder, probably a diplomatic mission or maybe a special air mission doing something, but see a lot of these Challengers. Actually, the Canadian Air Force is getting a bunch of new airplanes in the next couple of years. They're getting, I think it's going to be on the Bombardier Global 6500 platform, and they're going to be modified for the Air Force's specs, so that'll be exciting to see. And over my city of Guelph, we have a Flair Airlines coming in from Halifax. That's a daily flight into Waterloo. So, fire photography, are you doing any booking on the weekend, or probably not? It's gonna be pretty crappy, so I know I wanted to buff, but I'm gonna be shoveling. I'm gonna be shoveling. I did today. Oh, you did today? Nice. Nice. Did you get any catches? You get any responses? Oh, and I wanted to show something interesting that I found when I was doing my YouTube scroll or internet scrolling. Yes. Nice. What did you get? Just pump one. Oh, well, that's all right. So anyway, I checked this out. So this website is called Views for You, and it basically is a YouTube money calculator, and it tells you how what YouTubers would make, what YouTubers make on their channel. And I'm not monetized, for those of you who don't know, but this is what it's saying I would make if I was monetized. So earnings monthly would be $146, and sponsorships, I don't know what that means, but I think that was kind of cool. I just found this, and you just type in your YouTube URL or YouTube handle, and then you can find what your channel would be worth. The only problem is it's not reading my subscribers right. I have 2,500, not 25,000. It is kind of cool. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's kind of a neat thing I found. A little different, but I don't know. I just found this while scrolling. I was curious to know a certain channel's income, so I Googled this, and I found this, and this does give you a rough, it doesn't give you an exact, but it gives you a rough estimate of what your channel would make if you were monetized, or if you are monetized, so kind of neat. But anyway, kind of a neat thing. The internet is a neat place. But anyway, back to Flight 4. But I'm not monetized, and I'm really not in any hurry to get monetized. I kind of like, it's kind of nice just being, a creator for fun, rather than because I feel like when a lot of YouTubers get monetized, they kind of change, especially personality YouTubers. Like, I'm somewhat of a personality because I'm streaming and chatting with you guys personally, but I feel like when YouTubers get paid, they kind of change in their personality, and especially when they make it big, I don't know, maybe the fame gets to them or something, but let me know what you guys think. Have you known any YouTubers who have gotten kind of big and have changed as people? I mean, I've known a few, and I have one friend who was a YouTuber. He did pretty well, and he had 43,000 subscribers, and he was pretty popular, and he started saying some things and doing some things, and he lost a lot of his audience, and eventually he just quit doing YouTube. So I don't, I wonder about the monetization sometimes. I feel like it changes people, and it's better just to do it for a hobby, YouTube, in mine. Let's see if we can find any Air Force planes. We're in Michigan. Detroit Metro Airport, I was watching it there, and it was crazy busy. The line was just all across the bottom of Ontario, all over the lake, just going into Detroit. It was insane. I don't know what was going on. I think it might have been delayed for weather, but as you can see, Chicago, crazy busy airspace. I've seen Chicago where they're lined up all the way back to Ontario to go into the airport. Chicago is insane. That'd be a neat airport to plane spot at. Also would be a good city to fire buff in. For the U.S. Air Force C-17 Globemaster 3. We were just talking about them. Heavy transport aircraft that the militaries around the world use. Canada has them. America has them. I think Qatar has them as well. So quite a few aircraft. So you didn't get any ambulances or anything, just the old pumper. Well, not the old pumper, but you know what I mean. The good old pumper. Oh, and by the way, I did approve your post you sent to my emergency vehicle group, so it is up, and I did give it a like. So, and I also watched the video too. That was a good catch of rescue, by the way. Did a really good job. It'll be exciting to see the new in action. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing the new rescue in action. You're welcome, man. Keep up the good work. You're doing really good. You've got really great content. You really should have more subscribers, honestly. I mean, my content is, I don't know, my content's okay, but sometimes I feel like the amount of subscribers I have, sometimes I wonder if I deserve it, but I am eternally grateful for the subscribers I do have. It really means a lot to me that over 2,000 people are interested in what I have to say and what I have to film. It amazes me every day, and to me it's really humbling. Just the mere fact that so many people are into what I'm filming, it really means a lot. But anyway, enough of that. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the new rescue and see what it looks like. I have seen it lit up. It does look pretty good lit up. I do like the blue lights on the emergency vehicles. I do think it adds a lot to them. It really makes them pop. I like green lights too. I don't know, for those of you who haven't been to Michigan or Illinois, they have green lights on the fire trucks and ambulances, and they really look good. They really look sharp. I almost have to say that I like them better than the blue lights, but let me know in chat, what do you like better? Do you like the green or the blue lights? And have you ever seen green emergency lights? I'm sure Fire Photography probably has, because you've been to Port Huron, haven't you? I think you've probably seen the green emergency lights before. Take a sip of a cold one there. But yeah. Oh, there's an orange critical care air ambulance. So they have a, well, this one doesn't have the call sign, but usually when they're doing an emergency run, they have the call sign pulse. But I don't think this one's doing an emergency run because it doesn't have that call sign. I haven't seen them in person. Well, I gotta tell you, they do look great lit up. Like when I filmed Engine 3 in Port Huron responding, it looked really good with the green lights. You know, there wasn't a lot of green lights, but it did add a lot to the truck, I do have to say. So, but in my opinion, I don't know. It's a toss-up between the greens and the blues. I don't know which I like better. Depending on the truck, I guess, and the lighting setup. Like, I mean, I have to say our trucks, they have some pretty awesome lighting setups, like with the red and blues, like the Guelph trucks. I'll give them that. The lights on our trucks are pretty cool. But yeah, even like St. Thomas's new pump one, I like the lighting setup on that. It's simple, but it's good. It's simple, but it's good. But yeah, let's just see here. Oh, there's an Aeromexico. Probably a Dreamliner. From Madrid to Mexico City. That's a long flight. Let's see what he's been in the for 8 hours, and he has another 4 hours to go, so safe travels there, amigos. But yeah, there's another orange air ambulance. That one, see, that's an emergency run because it's got the call sign pulse. So that's probably doing an emergency run from North Bay to Toronto. So it's either dropping someone off in Toronto or picking somebody up. Most likely, though, dropping somebody off. I don't think they really pick up and go back up north, but yeah, that's an emergency flight right there. I used to be able to get the page outs for Orange Air, but I can't get the page outs anymore. I can only get the provincial communications. So like, I can actually hear on the scanner, like I can hear the chatter between the helicopter and the dispatch center. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if any of you guys listen to scanners, but that's pretty cool to be able to hear the actual helicopter crew talking to the dispatch. Pretty cool that you can see orange on here. Yeah, 100%. I love it. Like when I go to, like when I was in London last by the hospital there, the main hospital, what's it called? Victoria? I think it's Victoria. Anyway, they have a helipad and I had my tracker up and I was just waiting to see if an orange would come into the hospital. Of course, it didn't, but next time maybe. But I think the main hospital and yeah, Victoria Hospital. When I was there, there was a lot of ambulances going into the hospital, like lights and sirens. Unfortunately, though, I was at the Parkwood, which is across the road, visiting somebody, so I didn't have the ability to film any ambulances transporting, but I would have loved to. They go over a lot. I bet, yeah. And actually, in London, they do have an Orange Air base, so that would make sense. They do have a base at the airport. Yeah, it's a busy hospital. Yeah, for sure. I was there. I was only there for like maybe 2 hours, maybe not even. And like I saw at least 4 or 5 ambulances transporting high priority. And that's not counting all the ambulances that I saw transporting lower priority. So it was really cool. Would have been a really good if I could have just buffed there, but I was visiting people, so can't really buff when you're visiting family, friends or whatever. Couldn't do it. And actually Parkwood is close to Victoria Hospital, and it's also close to Station 9 too. So I was gonna buff at Station 9, but I think I've told you this story. The road which Station 9 is on was fully under construction, so there was nowhere to stand. And so I didn't get to go to Station 9, but I would have loved to have seen that station and maybe get a response. Plus, you got Station 9 down the road. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot. I feel like if you go there on a busy day, you probably get a lot of good responses. So, but unfortunately that day, I had the scanner on the whole time when I was at the Parkwood Institute, and I had the scanner on while I was in the building just to see if anything would come in. Not one single call from Station 9 for the whole hour, 2 hours I was there, but maybe next time. PD goes down there a lot too. Oh, do they really? Nice. That would be pretty cool. I actually did see a police car when I was in London, but it wasn't responding. It was just driving, probably going patrolling or whatever. But I think that street where Station 9 is on, I think if you follow it straight down, I think it'll take you to the 401. Because I'm pretty sure we just got off the 401, got on that road. I think it's Commissioners or Wellington. I forget what it's called. But anyway, we got on that road, off the 401, and then we took it back to get on the 401. But I'm not a big expert on London geography. Wellington, yeah, that's what. Yeah, it sounds familiar. I think it was Wellington, yeah. Cause it was right at like Wellington and Commissioners where we were going, and yeah, the road was Wellington. You're right. But yeah, London is a pretty. There's a lot of action in London, but I hear it's kind of not a very safe city. But who knows? What city is safe nowadays? Honestly, I mean, even Guelph has got its problems. But yeah, I mean, overall pretty good. Like, but it is kind of, you're noticing a lot of shit going on in Guelph lately, like homeless and other things. But I just try to stay away from it. I do thing and hope they don't bother me. I have been bothered once by one, but he wasn't being a problem. He just wanted some money, but I didn't have any. London's drug problem is bad. Yeah, I bet. It's unfortunate, really. Like, it really is unfortunate, you know. I feel bad for the people in a way, but at the same time, like, if they're on drugs or ill, they shouldn't be amongst us wandering. But yeah, Guelph's getting a bit of a drug problem too, to be honest, and it's getting worse. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Faisal, I like it. Thank you, Faisal. I hope you're liking the stream. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Hope I said your name right. Faisal. There's another orange air ambulance from Geraldton, way up north, probably going into Thunder Bay. These orange air ambulances get a lot of air miles on them, going back and forth all over the province. But yeah, there's a bunch of... Oh, there's another helicopter. This might be... See, this is Manitoba's trauma service, or their air ambulance. They have a different helicopter, the Airbus helicopters. We have Augusta Westland 139s. These helicopters are a little bit more versatile because they don't have the tires. So they have the actual skids, so you can land on like rock surfaces and stuff like that. Whereas with you need a little bit more of a smooth surface. So yeah, it's... These helicopters are pretty good, but they're a bit smaller than the Augusta, so I think that's why Ontario has them. But yeah, they are pretty... Every helicopter has its good qualities. Vanguard Air Care. I'm assuming these are... this is an air ambulance as well. But yeah, this is a... Can you show us your face? I've showed my face in previous streams. I'm planning on showing it today. I might show it later on, so stay tuned. But I have showed my face in previous streams, and you can see it in those streams. My face today, it'll be a bonus. I don't show my face on my phone because it seems to lag. Like when I turn it to my face, it lags a lot. As opposed to when I have something the opposite, it doesn't lag as much. So anyway. But I'm probably going to stream like in 5 minutes anyway. I got to go and eat and do some other things. So yeah. But I did want to come on here and do a stream and check in with you guys. And it was always good talking with you guys. So I love doing these. And I'd like to keep them daily. But sometimes, you know, things get in the way. What country am I in? I'm in Canada. So right now I'm in Ontario, the province of Ontario. So this is Ontario. And I'm in a city called Guelph, which is about an hour west of Toronto. So Toronto's over here, Guelph is over there. About an hour, not even an hour. It's like 40 minutes on the 401. Oh, you're from Canada too? No, nice. Whereabouts are you from? Canada, like when you look at Canada on a map, it's such a huge country. Like it's actually insane how big Canada is. Like, and even the Arctic. Like if you look at the Arctic, it's you live in Creek. I don't know where it is, but cool. I don't even know if it's a real comment, but cool. Wherever you are in Canada, hope you're doing well. Oh, we got a twin otter. An Air Force twin otter. That's a rare find. They do mainly run the north, though, so they do have a twin otter. Some of these twin otters actually have skids, like skis on them, so they land on solid ice, which is pretty cool. There's another Royal Canadian Air Force C-17. One up north, probably doing some aid runs. They do a lot of aid runs up to the north. They do delivery packages of food and stuff. Oh, you're actually from Kuwait. Oh, Kuwait. I hear Kuwait's a pretty cool country. I know it's very rich. It's a very oil-rich country. They have like the fourth or fifth largest oil reserves in the world. I know they're a very, very, very rich country. All those Gulf countries are quite rich, you know. It's the oil. But there are some kidnappers. Oh, really? Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. I used to always kind of think those Middle Eastern countries like UAE and Saudi Arabia would be safe, but I've heard some things lately that are kind of making me question that. So I don't know. I don't know if safe they actually are, but you know, it depends. Do you know where Crete Craft? Crete Craft? No, I don't. Is it, like, what province is it? Is it Ontario or BC? Sounds like it would be in BC or something. There's a DHL 777 freighter. He's a YouTuber. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't know. No, unfortunately. I'm not really, I'm kind of only, like, on YouTube, I mainly watch smaller channels. I don't really watch big channels, like, I think the biggest channel I watch is FireGuys235, and he's got like 106,000 subscribers. That's about the biggest I watch. Do you know Steak? Yes, I have heard of Steak before. I think Steak is a gamer. Like, he does gaming stuff. And I think he does podcasts as well. But I know he does have a channel. And I have heard of him. I did hear that he was on a podcast, but I don't know if that's true. But he used to be like a big gamer. I think he's got like 4 million subscribers. And the only reason I know of him is because I had a